Cracknell, tell me what your job is. If you were filling out a form, what would you say?
Well, if I was filling out a form, it would be different to if my old man was filling out a form, because he basically says job avoidance is how he describes it on the variety of things I've done. I would probably say journalist, ex-sportsman, an endurance, a super endurance kind of job avoidance athlete would be,
and a politician,
and then and latterly a aspiring politician.
So what made you want to go into politics?
By 2050, 50% of our country are going to be obese, and it's going to cost us 50 billion a year. So talk about legacy of the Olympics. It's not legacy of how many Mo Farahs can we find who can run ridiculous times for 10 kilometres. It's about trying to get people to do a little bit more. We were third on the medal table at the London Olympics. We are the third most obese country in the world.
So how would you encourage the nation to do more? I mean, presumably start when they're very young.
It doesn't all have to be competitive. It doesn't have to be traditional sports, but also when they are, don't specialise too young.
What motivates you to do more?
I'm more about the destination than the journey. So our honeymoon, we drove across America, and so rather than enjoying the 3,000 miles, it was right, today we're going to get to here.
Right.
And then the best way to go, she go, oh look, go via this lake, via these mountains. I go, no, the freeway is clearly much faster.
Okay.
So it has, I think a goal is what I'm motivated by, and then how you plan your way of getting there in the easiest, most efficient way, I think. And if it involves learning a new skill, and maybe rubbish at, but you make a big improvement relatively quick, and that's quite a nice change to be able to improve at something visibly. Whereas for the last 5 years of my rowing career, you'd spend, the 5 months trying to go 0.1 of a second faster, which it may be quite a lot when you're actually racing, but on a daily basis you're not really seeing any improvement.
So how do you apply your sportsman ethic to work?
Well, I think it's been fascinating trying to get people to trust that being a member of the European Parliament is something I want to do, not something I have to do. But you're also asking them to trust you with their vote. Where sport does come across is the ability to goal set, work in a team with people you may not always see eye to eye with, but with a common objective. The ability to ask yourself tough questions, ask other people tough questions, and ultimately in the European Parliament, not take no for an answer.
Determination.
Determination as well. I learned a lot from my German coach, actually, because his skill will come in very useful of, if he didn't like what you were saying, he would pretend not to understand.
And which is a politician's trick, isn't it?
Yeah, because he could blame me just being German. Yeah, I don't understand, you're talking English. Whereas, so that's my get out of jail card when talking to someone from Spain or Germany or France. I'm sorry, I don't understand you.
Okay.
It's my get out of jail
being
card.
obtuse.
Yes. I'm very lucky in that people, I think, want to hear about not what you've achieved, but how you've planned your way to get there. And it's not just the Olympics, it's whether it be rowing across the Atlantic, going to South Pole, or running across the Sahara, and
all things you've done.
Things I've done, but the reality is, I don't think talking about something you've done while not doing anything else is particularly good for your soul.
No.
Because you just talk about something you've done, and the further it gets in the past, it just becomes very hard. And also people think, well, it's fine you talking about it, but you did it 20 years ago. And so I do enough that I find it interesting, and hopefully the people find it interesting, but not too many that it stops me moving on and doing other things.
I must say, James, you're a real inspiration. You've achieved so much, and in adversity as well. I really admire you. It's been a great pleasure.